What's good with y'all? Jane here, and today we're gonna be playing Minecraft. Now, I was gonna upload a Power Word video, but I feel like it doesn't match with the vibe. As I've been making videos, I've been following, or not, following certain YouTubers. Like, for example, my first video, I tried to make it kind of like Video Game Donkey's old videos, where him and his parents would just have fun. And then my next video, I tried to copy a creator called Alois. Well, not copy, but I tried to match his vibe. And recently I've been watching a lot of philosophy and motivational content videos on YouTube. And one is Profound Thoughts or something like that, where he just talks about, what he thinks how the world is, how he thinks of himself, how he self-improved, and all that type of stuff. And there's another creator who is kind of doing that same thing, where he just plays Minecraft and talks about his life. And I thought I would try and use that. I also thought it would be cool to have I don't know, a personal diary at these types of videos. Like if I'm going through something, I can go back and watch and see what my headspace back then is and how much I've improved from now, or something like that. Now, obviously, I'm not the greatest at talking to myself. That stuff is so hard to do. I don't know how people talk to themselves. Like on YouTube, it's just something I have to get used to. But the other morning, I was doing my morning routine before school. I got up, did my stretching or whatever, and I was thinking about what YouTube video I was gonna make this weekend, because I have school going on every day, so I don't really have time. I have school and basketball, so I don't really have time during the week to make videos right now. Friday morning, I was like, shoot, what should I talk about? And I came up with all these talking points of what I'm going to talk about. And yeah. So one thing that I've been struggling with in my life is finding a purpose, as everyone does. A lot of people have this idea. Right now, I'm not doing the greatest, but once I succeed, then I'll make it to the point where I'm happy or fulfilled. And I've been thinking about that a lot. That's how most people think. Oh, if I grind and work for weeks, they constantly work every single day to get where they're going, and they don't ever get anything from it. And their idea is, through all this pain and suffering, they'll get it one day. And once they get it, whatever it is, say, they want to start a business, or want to be a CEO, or, anything like that. They think if they grind enough, even though mentally they're not there right now, but they think, if I grind every single day and I do something, I amount on something, then I'll be okay. And I don't think that's true. I think where you find true peace is from within. And I've also pondered this idea, which I didn't used to have, but now I truly think anything is possible. Honestly. The motivational videos you can do. Why do I keep laughing? But I truly think anything is possible if you work hard enough. Because my idea is let's say your thing is YouTube, okay? You want to be a big YouTuber. Now, if you work as hard as Markiplier, okay? If you upload as many videos and put as much time as he has into YouTube, then I think you'll succeed. And that's kind of been my philosophy when it comes to grinding or whatever. Or you want to be a big CEO. If you take name brand CEO and you work and do exactly what they did, well, not exactly, but work as hard as they did, then you will become a CEO. And I truly believe that. I've watched my fair share of motivational videos, and as I've grown as a person, the type of videos I've watched has changed drastically. Because when you first get motivated before you've really ever done anything, you watch the ones where it's do it for your mom, do it for your dad, do it for your family, they're all depending on you. Those types of videos. They motivate you for 10 minutes and then it wears off and you're back to normal. The type of videos I like to watch is the real ones. The struggle and the pain of trying to get where you want. Those are the real ones. For example, one that resonated to me. A lot of the time I watch these videos, I try and find how they resonate with my struggle through my hard work. And it gives me another chip to keep working, another idea to get me to do what I need to do to become a better version of myself. For example, when I was watching, I don't know the guy's name. He's like the only one, you know. He's like, he was in the Army or Navy. Not David Goggins, of course, but another guy. And he said, on the days where the example he used was the gym, okay? The day you don't want to go to the gym, and you really don't want to go, and you're just going through the motions. He said, but he goes through the motions. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes, when I want to do something, or I don't want to do something, like, let's say, stretching, I don't want to do it. I'm just trying to chill on my phone till school starts. But I still do it. Even though I want to do it to my max capacity, I'll still go through the motions. I think that's really important. And, like, when you look at these motivational videos, it's like, you have to go 100% all of the time. You have to work hard. Yeah, no second of break. Be locked in. Time's running out. But then this one was like, you're gonna have bad days. But on those bad days, it's more about consistency than anything. Imagine you skipped that day, and hours later you're like, dang, I should have went to the gym. And you're sad. But if you went to the gym and just went through the motions, getting your reps in, you don't want to be there, you know, you have stuff to do, you have assignments missing, whatever, just go through the motions if you have to. If you truly want to make it. You don't have to be 100%. Because before, when I worked out, and you know, I worked out, you know, only when I had motivation, you know, that 3 a.m. motivation. If I worked out and wasn't feeling it, then I wouldn't do it. Because it feels like a waste of time. You know, having to take mad breaks and, you know, procrastinating each set or whatever. Like, it's hard to do that. It's way harder. Because when you feel good, and you're doing it, and you're ripping it out, and you feel good, then it's perfect. It's Wonderland. But when you don't want to do it, and you just have to go through the motions, you're slow, you don't feel very strong today, and you do it, see, that's what gives me motivation. I don't hear people talk about it a lot. What gives me motivation is I did the hard work when I wasn't motivated. When I wake up and I have a test later that day, and I've already studied 5 days in a row, I forget one concept, and I have to go back. And does it feel like a lot? And I have to force myself to do it. Try my hardest not to check on my phone and scroll. And I do it. That's what gives me motivation. Is I did it before when I didn't want to and I hated it. And that gives me motivation. Not only I do discipline, it gives me motivation to know I did it when I didn't want to. Another thing I've been thinking about lately is a lot of the time when I work out by myself, I also work out at my school a lot. And you know, it's not just like, it's way easier because it's not just straight hard work. I'm chilling with friends, I'm talking to friends, whatever. But when it's by myself, that's when the real challenge is. It's like, and all the demons creep in, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to do it. That's what gets to me. A lot of the times when I worked out in the past, I would just work out on pain and hatred. Thinking of all the people who didn't believe in me, or, you know, oh, let's not go that way. Ah, 3 hearts? 3 hearts? Are you serious? And I work out on pure hate. And people who sort of preach this kind of idea, like David Goggins or whatever, when he goes on runs, he just thinks about, you know, when he was scrubbing cockroaches or whatever. I'm starting to think, like, that's probably not, like, mentally healthy to be doing stuff like that. Like, I'll be working out, this is why she doesn't like you, or they like you back, or, you know, you have no discipline, you're terrible. Like, I feel like that type of stuff is, like, promoting self-hatred. And my goal right now, like, one of my main goals, my first goal is to, like, love what I'm doing and, like, enjoy the journey. I think that's the hardest part, is, like, love myself. And by loving myself, no matter what I'm doing, no matter if I'm succeeding or I'm failing or I'm working, like, I have that self-respect for myself. So it doesn't even matter if, you know, my video gets no views or, well, that's really matter to me now. I can't really think of an example. Oh, can y'all relax? Nope, we're leaving. Nope, we're leaving. I'm gonna craft my hole. I'm gonna make a bed and I'm gonna sleep. How the fuck do you make a bed? Oh, there you go. My goal right now is to, one, become the best version of myself. Two, love myself. Yeah, those are my two main goals in life at the moment. They're very vague. Obviously, I have a bunch of specific goals I'm going for. But I feel like these two main goals is what drives me to do my other goals. Because if you dream, let's say you dream too big, or not dream too big, but you have a dream with no goals. I'm gonna be a pop star. And then, you know, you make your music or whatever, you get no views, and then dang, I give up. With me, that doesn't matter. It's about, like, consistency. I need to get out of this hole. Holy crap, I am not good with words. This stuff is gonna be tragic. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I'm so sorry. But, like, a basic goal is just become the best version of myself. And I'm striving to do that every single day. You know, that might be a goal that I don't do or something that I procrastinate. But my one goal is to become the best version of myself. I think that's the main goal that everyone should strive for. Or another motivational quote that I saw that, like, isn't motivational, but it was Kevin Hart, bro. I've seen so many fire Kevin Hart quotes, bro. Is the real grind is doing the same thing, or doing something, getting absolutely nothing from it, and then doing it again the next day. You know what I mean? Like, working yourself past your limits, be done, don't feel good, still hate yourself, whatever, and doing the exact same thing the next day. Now that's hard to do. I have a few stories for y'all. Oh, what the heck? There's a fox. I don't think I've ever seen a fox before. Yeah, look at this. Where are you go? Come back. Oh my god. Holy god, this guy's on the hunt. Alright, I'm gonna go build my house. But I have a story for y'all. A story from a few months ago. Where, I used to run every single day. And then I hurt my knee. And I've stopped running ever since. But I was on that, the David Goggins high of doing something disciplinary every day. And I think y'all should follow the same thing in your lives. I think it's really beneficial. Is to do something that you don't want to do every single day. Because that's the first step to anything. You don't just instantly become, you know, crazy hardworking except with one thing. I don't want to do my homework. It's due tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to go on a run today. Well, you gotta get that work in. But anyways, I used to run every single day. And obviously I hated it. I don't know if anyone actually likes running. Like, let's be real. Like, there's no way people enjoy running. You do it because you hate it. Anyways, I was going on a run. I was a few miles in. And I was really struggling, okay? Like, it was bad. I was running around this water fountain, my bad. Water fountain near my house. And I was running around it. And I was uber struggling this day. Like, it was bad. And I was struggling from the first half a mile. Like, it was just one of those days, you know what I'm saying? And we all have one of those days where you would rather be doing anything else in the world besides what you're doing right now. It was one of those days. I was a few miles in. I didn't even want to start in the first half a mile. I've been struggling since the first 100 feet, homie. And it was bad. And I ran a few more miles. Still struggling. And it was like, and then eventually something hit. Pure bliss. And adrenaline boost. I think people call it a runner's high. But I just call it just straight hard work. Just kicked in. And I was running and I was struggling. And I came to a point in my mind where I knew I wasn't going to quit until I got it. It's like my mind and my body like became one and knew that I wasn't gonna quit. And I just sprinted because all I had to do was run home. And I got this insane adrenaline boost that I've never replicated since. Where I just ran all the way home and I felt amazing through the pain and the struggle. And it's one of the best feelings I've had in a really long time. Going from pain and struggle to just pure bliss, doing the same thing you were just struggling at. I have another story for y'all. This is actually in the same place. Okay. This was about a year ago. I was running in the same spot, actually. Running in the same spot. Same thing was struggling. Okay. And this kind of goes on the fact that, like, maybe I should make, like, a doghouse. It was the same sort of thing. Is I was really struggling. Didn't want to do it. Wanted to go home. It's always at the end. It's always at the end when you're about to finish is when it hits you. And a few months earlier, I was talking to this girl, okay? That we were cool with. Thought she messed with me. Didn't. FF. I whipped out my phone, looked at the text messages, and I got, like, I don't think you understand the amount of just pure surge. It was just pure, like, she didn't want you. You're struggling on this run. No wonder she didn't want you. Just like, okay, I was trash talking myself like crazy. But it was a different type of adrenaline boost. It wasn't pure bliss. It was pure hatred. Just, why'd you fumble? You know what I mean? And I think back to that moment a lot. Both moments, actually. Of me working out in pure anger. And it was anger and self-hatred I was working on. Just pure, this is why she didn't want you. Other times when I'd work out, this is why you fail. You know, this is why you're here. This is why you're that. This is why you'll never amount to anything. Is you have to work uber hard right now. And working out on this anger, since it proved effective, I kept doing it. Never struggling, I would just have these terrible thoughts. And I feel like that's like very bad mentally. And I haven't worked out by myself in a really long time. It's like basketball right now. But when it's over, I'm gonna work out by myself. And I'm gonna try my hardest not to do that. Because some people will, you know, preach that you should, you know, do that if it gives you motivation. But I don't think that's my way to do it. I think motivating myself with happy talk is way better mentally than motivating myself with self-hatred. When I first started running, motivation randomly hit. I was probably watching David Goggins. So I needed to be disciplined. I decided to run. Ran every day for a few months. And one thing that I learned from doing this is some days you just don't have it. You know what I mean? Like, some days, it's just not there. Okay? There's so many sides to the coin, right? Because obviously, David Goggins would say, push through it, run 50 miles. But another side of the coin is like, just do the bare minimum if you don't have it that day. There are some days where I didn't have it. I was struggling. I had basketball practice later that day. You know, I didn't have it. And instead of, you know, quitting and deciding not to run that day and giving excuses, I just ran 1 mile. Well, I did. I didn't have it that day, so I just ran 1 mile. And then I was done. And on that day, running that 1 mile was harder than days I'd run 7 miles. It was way harder. So don't hate yourself when you have to go through the motions. Don't hate yourself. Go through them day motions and go back the next day stronger. You know what I mean? Because what could have happened when I did that is I could have been like, wow, you didn't run a lot because, you know, you have no discipline and you didn't do that. I didn't do that. I said, tomorrow will be a better day. And guess what? The next day I ran more miles. So it's kind of that same format of self-hatred or self-love. Is I could have took that situation two ways. Could have hated myself for it. But no. I decided, you know what? These days happen. At least I went through the motions. Know what I mean? That might be a fire quote. At least I went through the motions. if you could take anything from this video, I would say take that. This whole video of me waffling. Holy bro. YouTubers don't tell you how hard it is to talk on camera. Holy crap. Like, no one else just talking. You know how hard this stuff is, coming up with stuff? Holy. But my goal right now is finding self-love. And also enjoying the grind. You can't just enjoy when you win. You have to enjoy when you win and you lose. Now, I had a notepad of all the things I was going to talk about. And I've gone through that notepad. And I've gotten some of my thoughts out. And I know I've gotten absolutely nothing done. What motivated me to do this video, actually, was I saw a YouTuber named Nico, which he was trying to bring back, like, old Minecraft. And he would just talk about his life on there. And I really liked it. So, I'm sort of replicating it. Obviously, I'm not very good at talking myself just yet, but yeah, shout out to that guy for inspiring me to make this video. And it's Jaden here, and I'll talk to y'all in the next video. Bye bye.